Hello YouTube. American Pie Lights Out back again with another video. Not a fragrance video, but a gun video, or a knife video, or a D's Nuts video, but a boot video of the JK OT Pros. For quite some time now, I have been looking at JK boots. I've heard a lot of good, a lot of bad. Well, not necessarily bad, just, different stuff here and there. I'm going to be giving but it's basically an unboxing. I've already unboxed them. I'm not very patient, and it's quite hard for me because I'm like a kid in a candy store when I get something. I want to open it ASAP. I don't really do a lot of unboxings because as long as the company hasn't shipped it to a point of where it's like, okay, this is just neglect of the product. You're hoping that the product falls out during shipping. Then I really don't care about the boxing. Oftentimes, most companies box stuff quite well. They don't want to have to send another or have to deal with FedEx, UPS, or USPS in those regards. So I'm going to be talking, just literally doing a little overview of these boots. And I'm a very sarcastic person. So if I say some stuff in this video, it's simply because that's just how I am. I do want to say this. JK sent this with the boots. Quality approved inspection. These boots have passed our quality control process and hand inspection to ensure that they are sound in construction and appearance. Nothing is left to do except wear your new handmade boots with pride. Compliments of JK Craftsman, inspected by Jimmy, Jenny, Terry, Jerry. I'm not really sure. Everyone writes different. Everyone writes cursive different nowadays. A lot of people aren't taught cursive. So, I remember in church there was this woman. She would always want me to sing the bass parts. And, well, she would never dot her I's or cross her T's, literally. So I just always thought they were L's. And everyone, and JK, if you're part of the boot community, if not, if you're looking to get a pair of PNW boots, Pacific Northwest boots. I'm bad for saying PNMW because PMW, the Lil Wayne song, and then A$AP Rocky also has a song called PMW, money and weed, the little money and, you know what I mean? But nonetheless, they're known for not having good quality control. Well, I don't want to say known, but, the boot community is just as small as the fragrance community. And it seems like if they have one little quality control issue, or not even necessarily a formulation, or if someone says it doesn't last long in their skin, or if one person says that it has a missed stitch somewhere, then it gets blown out of proportions. So that's my opinion on that. If 5 people out of 5,000 people get a pair of boots that are misstitched or something isn't necessarily right, then it just blows up into a big, it blows up into a bigger than a necessary thing. However, I think it is funny that they do have quality control issues. I've seen the pictures. I've actually seen them. And but then they send this, certificate of quality inspection, and then I'm gonna look and show you, how it's kind of like, it's not an oxymoron, but it's just ironic that it's like, okay, they're quality control, but if not, you can send them back, or whatever. And then on this part of the boot has a little it's just a little stuck on sticker. Personally, I wouldn't put it on the boot if that was me. I wouldn't put it right here. I just wouldn't. It says, don't forget you have 30 days from the date of delivery to send your boots back for exchange or return. If you oil them or wear them outdoors, they are not exchangeable for return. So I look at this as a double-edged sword. That's good for the brand, but sucks for us. 30 days from the date of delivery to send your boots back. I got these boots today. I ordered them 2 or 3 months ago. They delivered last week sometime on the 21st, I think, of August, and it's now the 27th. It's been a week. If you don't know, I've gotten engaged. Me and my girlfriend on my vacation, we got engaged. So I was unable to be here to sign for these boots, unable to be here for these boots. So it's kind of a bummer. So, the date of delivery, the day that they were delivered from the factory, because that backs it up even another week. So now I only have 2 weeks to determine if I want to exchange these boots. So I don't know. Can't oil them, even though that I do believe that JK, I'll read here in the literature. I'm going to be reading all the literature. Even though I think that JK actually recommends oiling these boots. So, hey, I don't know. I've heard that I've seen in some of their videos they do recommend oiling the boots before you even wear them, or wear them and then oil the boots. So, I don't know. It's kind of weird that you'd recommend, you say that you can't exchange them, but then you're kind of recommending oiling the boots, even though these don't feel dry whatsoever. Rough out chocolate, rough out brown, smooth brown. Wear them outdoors. I'm not sure how they're going to judge if I wear these outdoors. If I wear these to go to the mailbox, then technically I'm wearing these outdoors. I guess if you mean get them muddy or dirty, but I'm not judging anyone, but sometimes, maybe if you walk through your house, I know that sometimes I can track mud in from work. What if I get a little speck of dust on these bottom of these boots? It's like, oh my God, I don't know. It's just little stuff like that I look into and I read into that's kind of weird. I will say that the rough out's kind of different. It seems like this rough out is a little rougher on this boot than this boot. But it's not really a pet peeve. It's not really something I care about, because they're eventually both going to probably be towards this. It just, kind of, was this one going to wear faster than this one? Or was these boots even actually made together to work together? Or are these just two 9.5 triple E's put together? There's random boots they made. These are 9.5 triple E. I do have about a thumb width of room towards the end how you're supposed to. I typically wear a 10.5 in regular size shoes, usually in other boots. In my Danner Super Rainforest, I wear 10.5 double E. And my Danner Queries, I wear 9.5, I wear 10 double E. And in Red Wings, I wear from 10 double E to 10.5 E. So just a little reference guide I would recommend. I didn't send my sheet in. I don't think that I should spend, months in a process of buying a pair of boots that I need to wear every single day. Luckily, thankfully, I'm in the financial position to where I can buy, 2 pair of boots and alternate and rotate. But sometimes, someone might not have the means, and they need a work boot real fast, real quick, and they just can't get them. They can't get a quality work boot, so it kind of sucks. But it just kind of comes down to it. So these are the OT Pros. Let me see. There's a couple, looks like some glue specks right here, some little glue marks. It doesn't matter, because usually I rough up the front toe part of the boot pretty good anyway, so it's not going to affect it. It seems like there's something that's in the rough out right here. I'm sure I could probably get a brush and brush it out, but don't really feel like doing. I don't really want to do that right now in the video. I'm not, making excuses for them. There's some people that, every single boot, every single thing they have is positive review, it's, that they never have a bad boot, or if they do, it's because the brand didn't send them a free pair of boots, like Rosanville, or Stridewise. If the boot brands don't send those guys free boots, they're not gonna. Even though that this is the OT Pro, this is supposed to be the like the OT. It's the overtime boot. It's supposed to be a lighter boot, still built strong. It doesn't necessarily have the big midsole in the front part, but it still has quite a nice arch in it. It still has quite a nice arch in the boot. I tried it on; it still has a nice arch. Your Kilties come here smooth, rough. I'm sure that you could. There's no rules saying that you have to or you don't have to. You could have them on the rough outside. Maybe oil them the way the color kind of matches up, or you can have it on the smooth side. There's no right or wrong way. I don't think so. There's going to be some prick that says, oh, you have to wear it this way because of blah, blah, blah. No, you don't. That's on that boot. Like I said, this boot here is a little rougher on the rough out. Hopefully it won't affect anything. It shouldn't. If not, I either have 2 or 3 more weeks, basically, to send these boots back. I'm going to go ahead and take this off. I don't like it on here. It kind of looks tacky. Oh, and then, come on, don't be hard to get off. This better not be hard to get off, honestly. It better not just break. Partially broke. Should be able to get it, though. And this is what I'm saying. Crap, I need to put another. See, it leaves a little film here, sticky. Leaves a little film here. I just wouldn't do it. If it was my boot brand, I wouldn't have put that on there personally, but it's neither here nor there. Oops. Leather laces. Leather laces are nice, but over time, especially when they get wet, they stretch out and they end up breaking, usually within the first 3 months or something like that. So it is what it is. Welcome to the JK family. Lace up and experience a new world of comfort and durability. You will never buy a pair of boots with better quality or level of craftsmanship. There was no need to be there's a comma right here. There's no reason for there to be a comma in that sentence. That's me just being, smart aleck prick. That's an opinion, I am being very harsh. I'm harsh on every boot. I'm harsh on everything because if I spend my hard-earned money on something, whether it be a boot, a knife, a gun, pair of jeans, socks, underwear, if it's just like a pair of underwear or socks I have wear laying around the house, I could care less. But if I work in it, just like these UGG slippers, wear these around the house. If they fall, they don't have to be the most comfortable. It's just, but if someone is paying top dollar to go out and buy a pair of work boots and they have to work in them, 12, 13, 14 hours a day, they better be good. Every aspect of our boots is handmade and born from the hearts of our family-owned and operated company. That's great. We are a phone call or email away with any questions you have. We'll see you for your next pair. Handcrafted from my family to yours, JK. I think that is, that's not handwritten. That's just printed on. This right here, this part looks like it's wrote, but it's actually not. It's actually just printed on. They are a phone call or an email away. I accidentally clicked double E because the width of my foot called for a triple E. So, I accidentally clicked double E because I'm so used, subconsciously I hit double E. And within 2 or 3 hours, they're on the other side of the country. I'm on the East Coast. Within 2 or 3 hours, they emailed back, yeah, it's fixed, no issue. So, they are right there. Get started. I'm not going to show you because I really don't feel, comfortable. I get kind of self-conscious of showing myself on camera. But I'm going to read this to you because, forget it, I'm bored. Wear with a good pair of socks and trust the process. Keep in mind these boots were built completely by hand and are unlike any boots you have had in the past. They will soften up, and the oak tan insole and arches will mold to your feet. Okay, here's my thing. And I've looked over these boots. Other than the little glue marks and one boot being the rough out being more rough than the other, there's not a misstitch. There's no weird wonky look to the toes or one, or like the, when I come to say the toes, I mean like, this part of the boot. Everything looks to be basically perfect. There's a little scuff here, but that's just how it was laying in the box. There's a little, looks like a little, almost looks like a mark, like a little Sharpie marker there. But besides that, these boots are basically flawless, honestly. So can't really say much, but in the past, I in the Facebook groups on YouTube videos, I have seen where there's missed stitches. I've seen it in several Pacific Northwest style boots, and these were handmade boots. If they were made in a factory, if they were slave labor boots, if they were made completely by machine, and they passed quality control, I could understand. But these boots are made by hand. Every boot from the videos I've watched. Now, they might just show these in the videos. There might be a huge machine that just pressing them out and sending them away. But there's no reason why there should be. If there's a missed stitch, you should see it. You should correct it. That's just what I'm saying. Lacing, tongue guard. Run the laces up through the back of the tongue guard as you lace up. Pinch the toe and fold. Pinch the Pinch the tongue and fold from the outside in. Kick heel back. Make sure to kick your heels into the back of the boots to firmly set your foot all the way back in the heel cup. This will help prevent major heel slippage and keep your foot secure, obviously. Lace patterns. Leather laces may be stiff at first, so if you need to cinch, I'm not sure, C-I-N-C-H, I don't use that word every day, I'm not really sure what it means. Up your boots, maybe tie up your boots, I don't know. For the first couple of days, swap them out for a pair of nylon laces. I mean, if you like leather laces or you like nylon laces, or you're like me and it doesn't matter and I'm not going to spend money on my laces till I need to buy a new pair of laces. Just saying. Comfort. JK's Fit Guide is unique for ultimate function and comfort. Every Pacific Northwest style boot is different in size. They're just, I think that a lot of these brand owners, not just JK or Frank's or Nick's or Westco or Watts, a lot of their, I think they're just so pretentious. They don't want to have the same size boot. Like, it's weird. But regardless, oh well. Length. There should be about a thumb's width or so. I like that, a thumb's width or so, because everyone has a different width of a thumb. A space between your toe and the end of the inside of the boot. This accounts for the way the leather will settle over time and allow room for the toes to curl up. And you don't want to have a cramped foot. That's why I do have wide feet, but if I have to go a size wider, I don't mind to. I want to have plenty of room for the winter when I have to wear thick wool socks, or if I need to just, kind of do that thing with your toes that you kind of like stretch them out, that's what I like. Ball of your foot should be comfortable and snug. There shouldn't be too much wiggle room, but there should be a little wiggle room, and that's just my opinion. Uppers, there should be about 2 to 4 finger widths of space between the laces and the uppers. More or less is still okay. If there is less than 1 finger width of spacing, you may opt for one size down or a padded tongue guard. Okay, the comma is on the wrong side of or. But it's kind of these things. You can't tell me how my boots should fit on my foot. If they don't feel comfortable to me, it doesn't matter about anyone else. If they don't feel comfortable to me, there's guys who, literally I know, who wear a size 8, but they want a size 10. because they like the extra room, or they wear a size 10 and they want a smaller size. That's just how it is. Boot. Do not dry boots by fire overnight. This can lead to over drying and cracking. Obviously, your boots could probably catch on fire. Oil before wearing and about once a month going forward. But, shoot, where did it go? But on this piece of paper, crap, it said you can't send them back if you oil them. What? So you're saying oil before wearing, but if I oil them, I can't send them back. So if I oil the boots and I just literally have them here around my apartment, I'm just walking around, kind of doing little exercises to see how they fit, I can't send them back because I didn't oil them. What? Like, seriously, I'm just kind of being joking, but at the same time, it's like, what the heck, And oil them about once a month going forward. I say every 2 weeks. That's just me. I feel like I work in different, I work with the elements. Some days it's hot. I mean, it actually just is miserably hot. Some days it's raining. Some days it's snowing, it's sleeting, it's hailing. Work around a lot of ballast. Very dry. Very dusty a lot of times. So clean them, oil them once a month, twice a week. However you see fit. Over-oiling causes the boots to rot, and under-oiling causes them to feel papery and crack. If you oil them once a month, twice a week, you should be good. Sorry, not twice a week. I take that back. Not twice a week. Twice a month. Twice a month, I should say. That's what I meant to say. Twice a month. I see no reason why you shouldn't oil them twice a month, because you should be cleaning them once a month, honestly. Whether that's just brushing them down real good, maybe using a light amount of water, maybe some saddle soap, and just clean them really good, because you don't want to have dirty boots and then continue packing the oil in there and packing those deeper, because it's just going to suck the moisture out deeper that's in the boots. Cause them to feel papery and crack. Find a balance. It's real animal skin. Like lotion on your hands, you'll be able to feel what is right. Will we? Because when we die, our body turns to dust. Leather, this won't turn to dust. Just saying. Not trying to get biblical, but it just is what it is. Optional weatherproofing. Your boots come with water resistance because the oil tan leather we use and watertight construction. They can be further waterproofing using the leather preservatives and water BS. If you want these boots to be waterproof, they need to have a Gore-Tex membrane built inside of them. I'm sorry, but there's going to be guys like, oh no, well mine doesn't. You're lying. The water resistant. I've tried it on my pair of Red Wings that are not waterproof. I have tried oiling them. The spray, specific waxes, it does not work. Now it'll be water resistant up to a certain point, but just give it time. The water will soak in, and they will not be waterproof. Now I'm not saying that if you're just walking through a field of grass or someone's yard in the morning. Say if you're working construction, you're in someone's yard. That the morning dew isn't going to really penetrate the boots if you have taken the oiling precautions and the water resistant precautions. But oftentimes in situations I'm in, it just starts downpouring, or it just starts dribbling the rain a little bit. And it does not take much. I swear, it does not take much. I've tried 2 or 3 different products. Not going to work. Stop with the BS. Then you have the lacing options. These look confusing. I don't understand them. I'll just stick with these two. The 2-1-3 method, less pressure. 3-1-4 method, more pressure. These look confusing. I think I'll stick with the regular lacing. And then they sent a little sticker, or not sticker, but a little card for their Western boots. I don't know. I think there are other Western boots out there, and you get a little sticker. But there's other Western boots style out there, cowboy boots that have been in the business a lot longer than JK. So I think I'll probably just stick with them. And I don't mean this to be this is not a bad review, because I have a pair of Frank's Patriots over there that I'm going to be doing, a little thing on. It's going to be, the same thing. I am trying to be as open. I'm trying to be as good as I can, but I just can't help it. JK's handmade leather boots are unlike anything that you have ever put on your feet before, because we use the highest quality materials and constructions. The boots will form to your feet over time for the perfect fit and support, if you got the right size. So your boots may feel a little stiff or strange at first. They should feel stiff. They shouldn't feel strange, and that is completely normal. The leather will settle to your feet, obviously. Stretching where is tightness, and shrinking up where there is extra room. They probably won't shrink up where there's extra room, just saying. But where it is tight, they will stretch. Follow the tips below to help get you started. Boots too loose. If your boots feel a bit loose overall, insert the soft Spinco insoles. Cut to size with scissors if needed, that we have included in the box. And/or try a thicker sock. As you wear them, the leather will accommodate the natural form of your foot. They did include Spinco. I think I left them back here. Hold on. Yes. Get situated. I don't know if these are actually Spinco. Spinco are supposed to be a good brand. I don't know. Never really heard of them before. PNW boots. These are kind of limp, but they're supposed to go in. They included these cut. It says insert the Spinco insoles, parentheses, cut to the size with scissors if needed, parentheses, that we have included in the box. If you don't read that carefully, you might really think that, there's supposed to be scissors in the box. No, they didn't put any scissors in the box. But honestly, as thin as these are probably 1/8 of an inch thick. I don't have maybe a little bit more than 1/8 of an inch. Between 1/8 and 1/4 of an inch, so definitely not as thick as some other insoles, but I don't know. If you have to wear a thicker sock, man, it's like, just send them back and get a new pair if you haven't oiled them or wore them outside. You don't want to continue to try to change up socks. Then you got to go buy more socks. I got to buy a thicker sock. Okay, well, this still didn't work, because then over time the sock compresses, and so on and so forth. If you think you have too much toe room, note it's completely normal to have about a thumb's width of space between your longest toe and the end of the boot. The amount of room is not going to cause the heels to slip, but actually accounts for the way the leather arches will settle, and the toes curl up as the leather shrinks back. Okay, so what happens is, over time, this boot will naturally turn up a little bit like that. So that's what naturally happens. If your heel is slipping, it is most likely lacing relative. When you lace your boots up, make sure you kick your heels to the back, settle your foot into the heel cup. Then cinch up your lacing in the instep area to lock it in place. Boots too tight. If your boots feel a bit tight, make sure to give them a few generous coats of oil. But remember, once you oil them, you can't send them back. Extra in any hot spots and start wearing them. They will naturally stretch and loosen. You may also opt for thinner socks. The leather will shrink up. Okay, you don't want to go too thin on socks, because if you do, then it will start to give you blisters, especially if the boot's too tight. There's nothing worse than a too tight boot. Trust me, I know. I experienced that with the Red Wings issues. I bought a pair of 1907s, had a 9.5 double E, I think, and those pair wore out. Wanted to get another pair. Went back and got them without trying them on. Got them 9.5 double E, put them on. Too tight, multiple areas. Don't do it. I thought that they're going to stretch over time. They didn't. By the time that they got feel comfortable, the boots were actually wore out and falling apart. So I don't buy Red Wings anymore. Leather will drink up the oil and get softer and easier to break in. If you are experiencing any hot spots in the instep, white bite area, ease up on the lacing tightness and or follow the alternative. Wait, I think they spelled it right. Sorry, just with the lights glaring down. Lacing method, especially as you break them in. Reference the diagram on the get started sheet. Boots feel weird / uncomfortable. Your boots should not feel weird. If the boots are feeling weird, that is a manufacturer's issue. And I wouldn't give it such a hard time if it wasn't so much literature that is not counterintuitive, but it's kind of, I don't know. If the boots are generally uncomfortable, if the boots are generally uncomfortable or awkward feeling, why would they generally be uncomfortable or awkward feeling? Make sure you throw the Spinco insoles in the nicely oiled boots and lace them up. Okay, into nicely oiled boots, but I can't send them back once I oiled them, so it's like it's I don't know. I think what they want is they want you to try all this stuff and oil them, and no, you can't send them back, so they don't have to take the loss of that boot. They're not going to send you your money back, but they'll give you a discount on another boot, and then it forces you to buy another boot. So you're buying 2 boots from them. So it's kind of a smart thing. But that's I'm not speculating. I'm not saying anything. It's just what I'm picking up. The leather will start to relax, and the Spinco inserts will provide a shock absorbing cushion that will hug your foot. Not with these little things. They're not going to hug your foot good. They're going to be nice if you need something if they just feel just a little bit big and you want something to help. That's what these are really for. These do have pretty good amount of cushion when I push in on them, but they're not going to be something that's going to really, really help. Especially as the leather insoles begin to form to your feet. Okay, these do not actually have leather. These do have leather insoles, but you're not going to be able to take them in or out. They're actually glued into the boot. So, in case you get confused. Do the arches feel off? Don't worry. The insoles and arches are quality oak tan leather that will settle and adjust your foot. Just give it time. But it says these boots are ready to wear, so I don't know. Wear good socks and trust the process. Give yourself 14 to 30 days to experience full break-in. Can't send them back after 30 days of delivery. Wear good socks, Wear whatever socks you want to. Nike Dry Fit are actually really good socks for work. Go to Walmart, look for the gold toe socks. They're actually pretty good. Adidas socks are good. You don't have to spend $25 on one pair of Darn Toughs to have good socks. Everybody has different feet and conditions they are wearing their boots in, so break-in times naturally vary, obviously. Order support. Okay, here's the qualifications for exchange. Exchange must be shipped out to JK Boots within 30 days of the original delivery. I don't know, they didn't send a return label, so you'll have to have all that fixed up. Boots must be packed in original box and packaging. Boots must be in brand new / unworn condition. They must not show any signs of scuffs, dirt, heavy creases, oil, or being worn outdoors. If boots are worn outdoors, they're automatically accepted at full price by the customer and are no longer returnable. There are no restocking fees. That's nice. If any of the above criteria are not met, JK Boots will not accept. The JK Boots will not be able to process a return for you. I don't know why I screwed that up so bad. We'll need about 3 to 7 business days to get your exchange processed. This can be extended based on volume / time of year. After that, it's the carrier's hands. We'll receive a tracking number. Okay. Oh, I'm glad they put that in there as the track. It's in the carrier's hands, and then what cannot be exchanged, what cannot be returned. So, goes in detail on that. That's that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these boots on. Not on here for you guys, but I'm going to wear them myself. A long one, but a good one. Thank you. Bye.